Hello, everybody, and welcome to Whose Cue Is It Anyway? On tonight's show, call the lawyers, Ron Deanna. Call HR, Jill Diffendahl. Call the embassy, Spencer Lloyd. And call animal control, Eric Wolf. And I'm Michael Pisa. Let's go down and have some fun, shall we? Okay, the juggling is a new part. Welcome to Whose Cue Is It Anyway? The show where everything's made up and the points don't matter, just like the NBA experience.
Ooh.
Okay,
I still got tickets for that.
For those of you who've seen episodes, thank you. For those of you who are just tuning in for the first one, we're sorry. We are not professionals. We are amateurs. We are trying to have a little fun. We're going to be playing some improvisational games. We are not professionals. We are just Disney reporters. We are not a professional production crew, so there may be some technical difficulties. Please bear with us, as there were some last time. I'm not pointing any fingers.
It wasn't me.
Or am I? Doing it off screen. Everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah,
why not? Let's play.
All right. First game is going to be Let's Make a Date. Jill, this is just like the dating game. And you have your choice of these lucky 3 bachelors. You don't know what their quirks are or who they are. So, Ben will be sending the particular ones over, to the particular quirks over to each of our contestants, and you'll have to guess who they are. Oh, that's going to be good. Everybody see them?
Yep.
Okay. Let's set it up. All right, Jill, whenever you're ready.
Okay, I can ask any question I want?
Yep. You got bachelor.
Okay.
I'll switch it for bachelor number 1, 2, and 3 for you. So.
Bachelor number 1. If we could go on a date anywhere, where would it be?
It doesn't really matter where, but it will be a lovely 3-hour finale.
Okay. Do I ask bachelor number 1 another question?
If you want to, you can just go to bachelor number 2.
Okay, bachelor number 2. Let's see. What is your favorite thing to do on a date?
We could talk about me. We could also talk about me. And we can just say, you're welcome for dating me.
Okay. Bachelor number 3. Similar question. Where do you like to go on a date?
Well, I think for the first date, I should probably take you down to the club. I can introduce you to my good friend Chafee. He might like you.
Okay. Back to bachelor number 1.
Why is it?
If we are going out, do you drive or do I drive?
I prefer to fly wherever I go, so if you need me to pick you up, I can do that.
Okay. Bachelor number 2. Do you have any kind of special powers or maybe a particular device you like to carry around with you?
Do I? I don't think it worked very well.
Okay.
Never mind. Sorry.
Okay. Bachelor number 3. You said you like to go to the club. Do you occasionally wear a fez?
Oh,
When
I
you're at the
love my
club.
fez all the time, but unfortunately I don't have it today. I'm sorry. It's at the cleaners.
Okay.
Jill, I think you have a
All
pretty good
right.
idea on who everybody is, so
I'm
let's start with
struggling on
Bachelor number
Ron.
1.
I'm struggling on Ron. I don't know if I know who Ron is. Do I get any more hints?
I'm
I'll take a
American as
guess.
apple pie.
That's American.
Sam Eagle.
Yep.
Yep.
Haha! All right. And then I think Eric is Maui from Moana.
You're welcome.
And I think Spencer is Jameson St. John.
Quite right.
Exactly right.
Wow. I was Ron totally threw me off until I was like, wait, the 3 hour, but then the last clue did it. I got it. Awesome. I thought I would be terrible at this game.
It's good. And you made it great. So 10,000 points to Jill for actually getting everybody right.
Wow. That is more
The first
points
time
than
I
I've
think
ever
that's
gotten
happened.
for anything in my life.
Well, don't worry. They probably will be the last. All right. So
Can you
now we're
take them
going
away?
to go. Fine. We will. Fine. You know what? You lose the 10,000 points, and we're going to give everybody
I didn't
else.
mean please.
Well,
I wasn't
we're
asking
going
you
to give.
if to take them away. I
We're
was
going to
asking
give.
you if you
Now
could
we're
take
going
them
to.
away.
Nope. You already said it. Now we're going to give Ron, Spencer, and Eric 1,200 points. You're distributing the points
Patrick
to
Hackett
everybody.
would be proud.
And they all have my name on it. Let's move on to a game called Quick Change. This is a common improvisational game. What's going to happen is that we are going to have our performers act out a scene, and then all of a sudden I'm going to say change, and they're going to change the last line that they said. So what's the situation here is Jill and Eric are getting a DVC presentation from Ron, and Spencer is the child complaining about how long everything is going. And it's because it's going entirely too long. All right? So just be ready when I say change on certain lines. Change the last line. And as soon as VMix wants to work here, there we go. Whenever you're ready, start the game.
And as you can see here, as the years go on, you'll be saving more and more money. Once you pass this break-even point here, everything in your vacations, you're just basically staying for free. Now, are there any more questions?
Sounds like a
I'm
Change.
bored. Can we have the... I'm tired. Can we have the presentation inside?
Change.
I'm bored. Can we have the presentation at the Magic Kingdom?
Well, I guess I could call the van and bring us over.
Change.
I guess you can go to the Magic Kingdom, and I'll keep your parents here longer. Here are their fast passes.
Yes,
Change.
thank you. Bye-bye. Oh.
We'll send you to Tony's.
Yay! Microwave spaghetti!
No. He's allergic to spaghetti. I'm sorry. He can't.
Yeah, we
Don't
definitely
worry.
shouldn't let him have spaghetti. Tony's is probably the worst place. He will swell up like a balloon.
Well, the good news is it's not real spaghetti, so he'll probably be okay.
Oh, then that's fine. We give that to him at the house.
Fake spaghetti is his favorite thing.
Now,
Change.
do we have any more?
Fake spaghetti is what he loves to throw against the walls.
Change.
Fake spaghetti is what he loves to stuff down his pants.
Well,
He does. He does it all the time. He does
It
learn
makes
from his
me
dad.
enjoy my
though.
life, okay? Don't judge me, Mom.
I've seen people do weirder stuff with the spaghetti at Tony's.
Son, I'm sorry.
It's
I
all
think
right.
you're just getting a little too old for the spaghetti.
Come
Now
on, he's
back-
never too old for the spaghetti. I still have spaghetti in my pants.
Change.
I know, and we've talked about that.
I still have spaghetti in my pockets.
Change.
He's definitely too old. I don't have any spaghetti in my pockets. That's not fair.
Yeah, the
All
spaghetti
right.
thing is a serious problem. You should have seen what happened when we went trick-or-treating at WDW News tonight. He got a bag full of spaghetti, and from there, everything was just downhill.
Yeah,
Hon,
this
I
weird
said
guy
not
in
to
a
say that out loud.
mustache and the worst Italian accent I ever heard gave me the spaghetti from a bowl. He was like, "Here, son, have a spaghetti."
That was a good night. I
That's
remember putting the
basically what
spaghetti
it's
in my
like when you
pants.
go to. That's pretty much what it's like when you go to Tony's, right? A weird man in a
Change.
terrible Italian accent. That's basically what it's like when you go to Nick's house, right? Some weird man with an Italian accent trying to stuff spaghetti down your pants.
Well, it's a noodle in your pants, not necessarily spaghetti.
Cover your ears.
Cover
I
more
don't
than
think
that.
we're
The
in
World
Disney
Wide
anymore.
Web.
This is not
Yeah.
family anymore.
I don't know where you guys were going with the spaghetti, but
You made me change the spaghetti like 3 times. I started
I'm trying
getting
to get you
absurd.
back to the DVC call.
Clearly, we are not the right people for DVC.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Yep. 2,000 points to Spencer for his spaghetti. That's for his
Yes.
dry cleaning bill for his pants. Let's move on to a game called Questions Only. It's a fun game where you can do on your next Zoom call, where all you can do is talk in questions. And if you are not talking questions, I'm going to buzz you. And the scene is, and this is going to be a team game, so it's going to be Ron and Spencer on one team and Jill and Eric on the other. And the scene is, you are all on the Disney Skyliner heading to Hollywood Studios. Let me set up the split screen. We'll start with Ron and Eric. That's not Ron and Eric. There it is.
Why is this thing rocking so
When
bad?
you're-
Boom, boom. Did you know you were going over the Everglades?
How high do you think we are?
I think we're high enough, aren't we?
Why is it not switching?
Uh-oh.
Is this the DHS line?
I'm not sure where this thing goes to. Do you know?
Sorry with the sentence.
Fair.
We're really high up here.
Eric and
The game is called Questions Only.
Good
How
on
long
you,
does
Ron.
it
You're
take
getting
to get
points for our
from-
team.
How long does it take to get from studios to Epcot?
Do you think we're going to get stuck?
What do you think it's like when you get stuck up here?
How much money do you think we'll get if we get stuck?
Do you think they'll rescue us, or will they just leave us hang here?
Do you know how to rappel?
Do you think if we fell, we'd break something, or would it be worse?
Hey, what's this box of stuff here for?
Do you think you're supposed to open that?
Oh no.
What is this bag for?
What's in it? Is there anything in it?
Not yet.
Did some blogger open this box?
Do you think they put it here just for bloggers?
Do you think bloggers are that stupid?
Do you think bloggers are that smart?
Did you know that dirt covers the Walt Disney World Resort?
When's the last time you think this thing got stuck? Just getting bounced all over the place. Those were both questions.
Those were questions, Ben.
No, that was me. I was trying to, but
Oh.
it was just taking a.
Should I rock this boat?
Do you think we're gonna fall off the line if you rock this boat?
Do you think I'm heavy enough?
Is that a real question?
All right, I'm ending the game there.
Eric, I'm sorry, you're awesome.
No, you.
And Eric will be starting in a new show, My 600-Point Life. Let's go to a commercial break.
Thank you, Ben.
And let's go to a commercial break on that. We'll be right back with some more Hugh Bluesky.
Step into the future in Epcot Center's newest invention. Step into the future in Horizons. Step into the future today.
Do your servers crash more than competitors in the Bunta Eve pod race? Is your entire customer experience based on an app that has more vulnerabilities than a small thermal exhaust port located just below the main port? Well, we here at SPIRE Backup Servers have the solution for you. We know that IT infrastructure can be more expensive than turning a planet into a star-crushing weapon. Probably still cheaper than building a second galaxy's edge, am I right? That's why all of our equipment is at rates you won't believe are possible, and it's no Jedi mind trick, I assure you. We can bring these servers to our customers at prices so low that Jango Fett would bang his head on them. You might even ask if this is legal, and we'd remind you that the statute of limitations ran out a long, long time ago in a jurisdiction far, far away. So if you have some sort of very important event sign up happening on, I don't know, May 2nd, 2019, and you have a history of website issues on such occasions, maybe you should give us a call, no? Come on, Disney, you know your servers can't handle clicking power of that magnitude. Even your scruffy-looking VI pass holder events blow them up like the Zegan Death Star. Don't roll the chance cubes on this one, Bobby, I beg you. So come check out SPIRE Backup Servers and find more than just computers. We also sell project management software that can help your people-eating, crowd-splitting attractions open on time. I know, crazy, right? Black Spire backup servers located in the parking lot behind the Arby's on Orange Blossom Trail. You know, the former theme park connection warehouse. Come on by.
My fault. Everyone's muted. Try that again.
I'm still a little verklempt with the Horizons commercial, so can we give me a minute here?
Welcome back to Who's Cues It Anyway, the show where everything's made up and the points don't matter. Just like a tech rehearsal for this show.
Hey!
Oh, poor Ben.
Let's move on to a game called If You Know What I Mean. So this is a game where we just have fun making up, or working with Disney phrases, making up crazy dialogue with everybody. So we're going to talk in the most innuendo possible, just making it up. And the scene is you are all cast members backstage at an Epcot festival. And just using the phrase, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean?
I think
Is
so.
everyone muted again?
No, we're just processing. We're all processing the Horizons commercial.
If you know what he means.
And on that note, you're on.
They crammed a lot of things
this
in here, if you know what I mean.
This festival brings in a lot of people, if you know what I mean.
Every time there's more and more booths, if you know what I mean.
Have you tried this
we
sausage,
really-
if you know what I mean?
Maybe that's why we have all these napkins, if you know what I mean.
I got a tall drink of milk just with my lunch, if you know what I mean.
Every single year, more food booths, if you know what I mean. Huh?
I'm going to go check out the festival center, if you know what I mean.
Every year, I think the Drinking Around the World shirts get busted out even earlier, if you know what I mean.
I'm pretty sure everyone
gonna go with
wears
Ron
one of
and-
those shirts, if you know what I mean.
I'm going to go with Ron and check on those festival attendants, if you know what I mean.
I'm going to see how many of those flag shirts I could round up, if you know what I mean.
I'm going to go see if the food at the Italy booth is as terrible as usual, if you know what I mean.
How many Seven Dwarfs are drunk, if you know what I mean?
Were we done, or what was the buzzer?
Yeah, it just seemed like you guys ran out of
We got
momentum, if you
stuck.
know what I mean.
Oh,
Shouldn't
We
have
got
stopped at
stuck
the
in something,
Africa.
if you know what I mean.
Shouldn't have stopped at Equatorial Africa, if you know what I mean.
I'm going to give a snack credit on
But
that,
yeah.
if you know what I mean.
I don't.
From the chat, I'm going to go check out the shrubberies, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no.
You know what? Because they had energy, 1,000 points in the chat.
I'm going to go
1,000
fill
points
up
in
my
chat.
water bottle at the fountain in Morocco, if you know what I mean.
I think we all know what everybody means now. And by the way, an extra 500 points to Spencer for being creepy with the eyebrows in lieu of Nicholas Cicero not showing up.
He's a good fella. He's a good fella.
Let us gladly move on to a game called Daytime Talk Show. Okay?
Ooh.
If you have seen Jerry Springer, we're gonna be kind of acting that out. But I'm just gonna go a little bit off the script here. Ron, you are going to be the topic for today's show is my husband's a Sith.
Wait, I'm the
Ron,
topic?
you are going to. That is the topic. Ron, you are going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then you will be starting off talking with Jill, who will be Padme, and then you will call in Spencer to come in as Anakin or Darth Vader.
Oh, please give me someone.
And then sometime after that, you will call in Eric, coming in as Emperor Palpatine.
So I'm the host.
Yes, you are the host, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Starting off that. And when you're ready, go right ahead.
Welcome to Kenobi, a show that's been on since well before you were born. Today, we have a guest straight from Naboo and the city of Theed, Padme Amidala. Padme, tell us a little bit about your husband.
Well, when I first met him, he seemed so nice. But then weird things started happening. Like, there would suddenly be, I don't know, I would trip down the stairs. And no one would push me, but it kind of felt that way. Or suddenly I'd feel some sort of constriction around my throat when I was yelling at him, like I couldn't keep talking. And it just sort of got suspicious.
Did he give you any hints that he was upset with you for any reason?
Not hints, really. He just kind of would glare at me. And then, sometimes stuff in the room would just start to tremble all around us. Kind of like there was an earthquake, but there was no earthquake. At least, when you check the news, there was never an earthquake, but it kind of felt that way.
Are you sure it was glaring and not just really bad acting?
Well, that's fair. He is not the best actor.
Now, he's probably got some sand stuck somewhere. But here he is to confront you about your problems. Anakin, Darth, what are you going by these days?
I don't have the mask yet, so I'll stick with Anakin, thank you. How dare you insult my acting? I am the greatest actor. I have amazing acting skills. I am the most powerful among all of the Jedi.
I mean, to your credit, you were pretty good in Life as a House. But after that, it's kind of been downhill.
It's like he doesn't have the high ground. Now, Anakin.
You underestimate my power.
Sure thing, kid. Now, are you squeezing my head?
See, he's doing it again. He's doing it again. He does that to me, and then all of a sudden it's like I can't breathe.
Okay, Anakin. Now, are you upset with Padme about anything in particular?
She cheated on me with you.
No.
I don't think that's fair.
You turned her against me.
Okay, that might be true. But to be fair...
Yeah.
To be fair, you've kind of been a bit of a bleep in the last few weeks. I mean...
You're calling me a bleep. I call you a bleep, too.
Well, we have a special surprise guest to handle this situation. Come on in.
Yes.
It is the Chancellor Palpatine himself, apparently dressed as Jabba the Hutt.
Bow down to me.
Now, Emperor, Chancellor, whatever you're going by these days, is it true that Anakin went a little overboard when you told him to just look after the younglings?
Of course he did. But now he bows down.
See, this is the problem here. Anakin was fine until he started hanging out with this guy. And then he got all weird and creepy. I don't know what it is you two do when I'm not around, but I feel
What do you
like
mean?
this guy here, the Emperor, is kind of a big part of the problem. I
What
feel like he's
happens
coming between
between
me and my
friends?
husband.
What happens between two male friends in the confines of their home is none of your business.
Is she choking
But I'm
yet?
your wife. Shouldn't it be my business?
Is he choking?
See,
All right.
they're doing this creepy thing. This is what I get at home all the time. And then you wonder why I drug you on the show.
All right, I think we're going to have to go to a commercial break before I throw a chair at somebody with the force. Let's go ahead and visit our sponsors, the Naboo Scrapyards.
That was great. That was great. I am executing order 666 points to Eric and it would be more, but he went a little bit into Maria mode.
I don't even know who the Emperor is. I was.
Have you not seen Star Wars?
Who are you, Pete Carney?
Oh.
Do you see a white claw in his hand?
What?
And let's move on to everybody's favorite game, Scenes from a Wig. Ben, can you tell us about the wigs, please?
I certainly can, and I need to remember to put that in the script so that I'm actually prepared for this and don't have to stall for time while I set that up. Wigs is how we refer to our patrons. That's short for the WDWNT Interglobe Society. You can become a member over at patreon.com/WDWNT for as little as $2 a month. You can get access to the post show for Park Center, for News Tonight. We've been posting a whole bunch of high-def scans of old Disney documents, and we also send out a link where you can suggest your ideas to be possibly read on air during Scenes from a Wig. Back to you.
And you don't have to get involved in 19th century politics.
Although you absolutely should become a wig because we have so much cool stuff on the prize wall. So
DSNY's Patreon should be called the Tories. Just saying.
So unlike those Tories, we've taken the ideas from wigs, we put them in this wonderful magical sorcerer's hat. We're going to pick that out one at a time, and our performers are going to act out the scenes from the card, starting with what Divine and Animal Kingdom is really thinking. If you have an idea, just raise your hand.
I really wish they don't
Ron?
see me. This is supposed to be my break time.
Spencer?
I have a leaf stuck somewhere, but I can't get it out.
Ron again.
If Chapek can't find me, he can't cut me.
Spencer?
They know they're all taking pictures of my butt, right?
Okay, I'm going to go in one. That'll be the last one. Could have been Groot. All right. Next one. IPs Disney will buy next. Eric.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
They already bought them and sold them. Seriously, that is a thing. Disney did own the Power Rangers and then sold them back. Spencer.
America, America.
Ron.
Teenage Mickey Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mickey.
And they were also at Eric.
North Korea, South Korea, Japan. Nah.
Spencer. Speaking of Japan.
By and large is your superstore. All you need and so much more.
Jill.
I was going to say Duck Dynasty and or Dog the Bounty Hunter, with crossovers with Donald and Pluto.
Eric.
That there Carol Baskin.
Ron.
The Tigger King.
Oh my god. That's it. You're not beating that.
No. Nope. Not beating that. Here we go. Disney souvenirs that didn't make the cut. Disney souvenirs that didn't make the cut. Spencer.
Come on, kids, buy this Mickey Mouse rope. You can use it in all kinds of ways if you know what I mean.
Ron.
How does Daisy sell edible underwear? She doesn't even wear pants.
Oh my god.
Do you think the kids will like marionettes if they're Woody, Jesse, and Bullseye?
Yeah, Ron.
We could sell the invisible dogs again, but if we just turn them up, they'll be invisible giraffes.
What?
Spencer might be too young to remember the invisible dogs. They used to sell these leashes that had wire in them, and that were just a collar and a leash, and you'd walk around with an invisible dog.
That is the stupidest idea I've ever.
I got one every step.
Jill.
Lead Mickey balloons. They never float away.
Oh.
Okay, mine. It's the new Bob Iger. No, Bob Chapek. No, Bob Iger Vinylmation. Unusual uses for your popcorn bucket. Spencer? Eric?
Listen, we don't have a fast pass. If you're going to do it, just do it in here. Just turn around. No one can look.
Jill?
It's a great place to stuff the 7,000 Ursula wishables you get when you're just trying to get a scuttle.
Spencer?
Come into my van, kids. I have free candy.
Again, Channeling Nick, who should have been in that squid.
This is what happens when you don't show up for the show.
Eric.
Yeah, I have pins to trade. Just put your
Ron?
No, I'm not paying $4.50 for a soda. Here, just drink some of this water out of the rivers of America.
Oh, God, I might throw up.
Good time to change the topic here.
Poor Michael has a
Perfect one.
tissue because.
No, it's the next card.
What's it?
Oh, I thought you were laughing so hard that you were crying.
And this one we just added a couple minutes before we came on. What Nicholas Cicero is doing since he missed being on Who's Q?
I think I just answered that.
Eric.
Yeah, do you guys have by any Starburst, M&Ms, anything like that, fun size?
Jill.
3 letters, O-B-T.
Ron.
I wish I could weasel out of these handcuffs like I weasel out of work.
Spencer.
Okay, so we're gonna play the map game today.
Jill.
Looking up fellow staffers' ex-girlfriends online.
Eric.
Gotta make this van look nice.
Spencer.
Tom, I told you vMix isn't working. I don't know what to do.
Ron.
Looking at this map with schools being virtual, I can't be within 500 yards of anything.
Eric.
Yes, I promise we're doing the matchmaker game one more time tomorrow.
Spencer.
I gotta get the spaghetti out of this kid's pants.
I don't like this.
We may have already done this one. The next WDWNT member to get roasted. Spencer.
Okay, guys. So, hi, my name is Jason, and we're gonna be writing Primeval World today.
Ron.
Patrick, we roasted you on Twitter. Where's your rebuttal?
Spencer.
You guys can't touch me. My cat Gordo is unroastable.
Eric.
You know him, you love him, he lives in Japan. Spencer.
I will fight you.
Ron.
Whiny is insulted and needs to lie down.
All right. Okay, Spencer.
You guys can't insult me if I drive fast enough in my van.
Eric.
Okay, guys, if you take out a D20 and roll it, give me your... You got a 20? Oh.
Did you actually get a 20?
Yeah, I did actually.
Spencer.
Hello, welcome to Dreamfinders, and we will be discussing my rebuttal to the roast of Nathan Hartman.
All right. Unexpected Figment cameos. Spencer.
Who needs bricks on number 7 when you can use your imagination? Follow the driving figment.
Jill.
And now, to help LeFou with the new Beauty and the Beast sing-along, Figment!
Oh, dear God.
Spencer.
Hello, and welcome to the Disney Skyliner. You can just imagine that we have good sight lines from up here.
Ron.
So if you press the buttons in these orders, you replace Hondo with Figment?
Spencer.
Welcome to Phantasmic. Tonight our friend and host, Figment, uses his imagination.
Okay, Ron first, then Spencer.
In the heart of every Frenchman lies the invisible purple dragon.
Like a grand and miraculous spaceship, our planet has sailed through the universe of imagination.
Jill.
Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Seeker, and I'm sending you back to the Cretaceous period to find an imaginary purple dragon and bring him back in time.
And they think they didn't make imagination with that? Okay, Spencer.
Soar into tower. We're ready for takeoff into imagination.
Yeah, Eric.
Use your imagination. I'm moving.
Ron.
Willow Upgood, which finger controls all the magic in the universe?
All right. Things you can say about Walt Disney World, but not your significant other. Eric was first.
Well, this line's taking long.
There it is.
I don't think she's big enough to only be 49.
Ron.
The benefit of size.
Jill.
Everything's so clean.
I think you misunderstood me, Jill. It's things you can say about Walt Disney World, but not your significant other. Spencer.
You mean I have to make a reservation to get a ride 60 days in advance?
Ron.
A third of you is set aside for conservation so I can never touch it?
Eric.
Yes, we have a fast pass for 4.
All right.
I gotta read one from the chat. I like the quick service.
Spencer.
I'm sorry, my monorail isn't clean enough.
All right. Besides Cowboy Ain't Gangster, rejected hijackers for the great movie ride.
Oh no.
Jill.
Bob Chapek.
God. You literally stole mine.
Spencer.
Yeah, hi, I'm Tom Corliss, and now we can see where all the budget cuts have been happening. Oh, add that to the maintenance list.
I was waiting for that one. Ron.
We're stealing all the cars. We're stealing. I can't even sing it in tune, so that's going to be bad.
Jill.
Patrick Spikes.
Spencer.
Nothing can stop us now.
Oh, man.
Spencer again.
My name is LeFou, and I'm going to teach you about how I made all these movies.
You gave him more leeway than I would. Ron.
Stealing the car? I love that idea.
And I'm throwing mine in. Hello there! Welcome to the Taste and Touch Lab!
Oh, God.
Ego the critic from Ratatouille eating at Walt Disney World. Spencer.
I've never been so disgusted by spaghetti before.
Jill.
Now I understand why people take 8 million pictures of these cupcakes, because they actually taste terrible.
Ron.
The buffet was derivative, the characters were predictable, and somebody flung a napkin at my face.
Spencer.
I found it to be most uncivilized when they threw the ketchup across the restaurant.
Eric.
Corn dog nuggets. They're great.
Jill.
I do have a penchant for food that rats cook, so I suppose I'll enjoy it here.
Spencer.
I'm reading this one from the chat, actually. Why does this AJ lady keep following me?
I'll just throw in this one. I have never been so berated around this tacky environment over fried chicken. And our last one for tonight. Things Tom Corliss never heard as a child.
Oh, no.
Ron.
I love you, son.
Ah! I didn't want to go there at the beginning.
Jill.
Now, you should always say thank you when someone gives you something.
He's dying.
Remember, Tom, you gotta be nice to everyone, even if they diss you on Twitter.
Ron.
No.
Chill.
If you can't say something nice, you shouldn't say anything at all.
And Spencer.
Just because you think something is garbage doesn't mean everyone has to agree with you.
And speaking of garbage, let's go. Was that our ride?
Speaking of garbage, let's have a garbage truck drive by.
That was Nick driving by in his van.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I have my window open and there's cars driving by, so it lets light into my apartment.
Well, it's 2.07 points for everybody because gas is that cheap. Let's go to a commercial break. We'll be back with more Who's Q is in Anyway right after this.
Very Merry Christmas. 'Tis the season at Disneyland.
Disneyland presents the Very Merry Christmas Parade in a warm Disneyland holiday setting.
Sing to delight your eyes and warm your hearts entirely. Disneyland.
Come enjoy Disneyland Christmas magic every day until midnight.
Merry Christmas. Christmas time at Disneyland.
First came the Magic Kingdom. Then the incredible Epcot Center. Now comes the new Disney MGM Studios theme park. The Disney MGM Studios theme park at Walt Disney World in Florida.
The line for Savi's Workshop Custom Lightsaber Experience is already closed for the day, and you can't even grab a free spork from Docking Bay 7 anymore? What are you going to do with your day in Galaxy's Edge? Well, why not skip the hustle and bustle of Batuu and come into Tom's Spork Shop Custom Spork Building Experience? We're located conveniently in the nearby Red Rose Tavern restrooms in Fantasyland. But if the evil First Order or Disney management comes by, remember, we're just going to the bathroom, not illegally running a spork building business in a theme park. It's all part of the story and theme of our immersive experience. With the help of my assistants I call the cronies, each guest gets their own private stall to build one of 4 types of custom sporks. Peace and justice. Power and control. Elemental nature. And protection and defense. We have over 500 pieces and 3 colors of Sharpie to choose from, so no 2 sporks are ever the same. And at the low cost of $19.99 a spork, you can afford to make more than one. Cast member annual pass holder discounts do not apply. So hop on a land speeder and zoom on down to Tom's Spork Shop in the Red Rose Tavern restrooms in Fantasyland at Disneyland Park. No reservations necessary. And may the sporks be with you.
And welcome back to Who's Q Is It Anyway, everybody. Tonight's winner. So, of course, with originally Nick being in there, we had plans that it was going to be a bit more of an older cast, and we were going to joke that, we're going to do the millennial thing, and everybody wins! So everybody gets to play the last game. So, okay, Boomer, we all get to play World's Worst. So just like the last game, raise your hand and you'll point out, and you're going to give examples of the world's worst attraction narrator. So, just like scenes from a hat, just point, and we'll buzz you. Jill.
Mute.
Jill, you muted.
That's not me.
No, that's me. I'm sorry.
I mean, being muted is the world's worst attraction narrator.
Bob Chapek is the world's worst attraction narrator. I'm sorry. Okay. So you'll get linked up with a banshee, and my boss. She did a lot of research on banshees.
Spencer.
Hello. On your tour, you'll find out how the 5 senses can help capture your imagination.
Ron.
Hi, I'm Tim Tracker, and I'd like to thank Disney for hosting me for hosting this attraction.
Spencer.
So I should be allowed to narrate this attraction because I have a very good relationship with Disney.
Eric.
Hey y'all, I'm Joe Exotic, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safari. Thank you, Doug, in the chat. Doug in the chat.
Ron.
Hi, I'm Michael.
Spencer.
Yeah, hi, I'm Bob Chapek, and I'm going to show you all the things I'm about to budget cut next week. Oh, those stormtroopers, they're gone. Okay, that effect, they're gone. Yeah, hey, keep looking around, people.
Ron.
I'm Larry Dobson. Do you even know who I am?
Spencer.
Hello, I'm John Mulaney, and I'm here to narrate this attraction for you because I'm being forced to do this.
Hey, it's world's worst. John Mulaney would be great.
He would only be good if he were Spider Pig.
That's true. If it was the Spider-Man, right? Yeah.
Spencer, you want to try that again?
I'm doing something different, not that one again. Okay, so yeah, now we're gonna go up, and you're gonna be in the Twilight Zone, and we're falling. Oh, here we go up. Oh, and now we're falling. Ah.
Spencer.
Look at that attraction. Look at that animatronic. Oh, look, it's Brer Bear's tail. You know, I saved the tail. Me, I saved the tail.
Eric.
Raw Raggy, this house is haunted.
Ron.
Welcome to the Jungle Cruise, and I'll be your boat driver, your narrator. Oh, look, there's an animal, and there's an animal, and there's my minimum wage check.
Spencer?
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner. Did you know that the Walt Disney World Resort consists of 47 square miles, or is twice the size of Manhattan?
Ron, last one.
And your host for the American Adventure, Tony Danza and Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, dear God.
That is our show tonight. That's our show tonight. We're going to end tonight with Jill reading the credits. Jill, you are firing everybody after the roast. So, good night, everybody.
Colleen, you're fired because you weren't even supposed to be on the roast. Jason, you're fired because your delivery wasn't good enough and Tom just made jokes about you the entire time. Ben, you're fired because you weren't on the roast. Michael Batista, you're fired because you weren't on the roast. Nathan Hartman, you're fired because you weren't on the roast. Ron Deanna, you're fired because you made fun of Tom. Everyone else who was on the roast gets fired because they made fun of Tom. Tom, you're fired because you didn't make enough fun of Tom.
Tom, you're fired because you didn't make enough fun of Tom.
Nah, Bob Chapek didn't get fired. He wasn't made fun of.
All right.
There was a couple in the chat that we missed. There's, hi, I'm Tom Corliss, and what you see around you is garbage. There's also, hi, I'm Martin Short, and I am contractually obligated to narrate something in a Disney park at all times. And then our own account said, like a grand and miraculous spaceship, our planet has sailed through the universe of time, and let me tell you, it sure is grand. It's huge, the biggest.
I'm just surprised nobody said, hi, I'm Judi Dench.
For the
She's
record,
not
folks,
that
we are
bad,
still
like-
live. We just letting you all
is-
know. This we're
This
just
is the
gonna hang out.
post show.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
the
post
post
showing?
show.
Because-
Okay.
We're just
It
gonna hang
still
out
says
with folks
World
for a
Worst
little while.
Attraction narrator, Ben.
Yep. We
That
do a
was
live
my
post
post.
show. we just do a live post show while we're doing WDWNT live.
You cutting in and out there, Michael. Try that again.
Oh, that's because I'm
Also-
a little further back from the mic.
There you go.
Ben,
Better?
it still says World's Worst Attraction narrator.
Oh, so it does. Guess I should end the show.
No, that's Michael.
Oh. No. Biased.
Hey, you called it on me.
I sure did.
I will.
That's true, yeah.
Oh,
You called it early on that one.
Eric,
So,
you just
yeah.
tuned in. You can watch the replay
Aw.
if you're tuning in late. You can watch including this part. You can watch this all
you can
over
watch,
again.
You can watch the post show.
Yeah.
But
It's a
Eric,
fun
you can
one.
also watch the post show first. Hi, Eric. I'm sorry I wasn't on your show today.
Now you're fired for that.
Jill, you're fired because you didn't do Eric's show this morning.
Oh.
It's okay. I've already been fired like 30 times. I'm sure Jill has already like memorized my file because of that.
So, funny story, like as the HR director, or whatever, like there's no title. I'm just HR. I don't fire people. I don't know why. I mean, I'm grateful. I would probably be terrible.
I want to.
I would be so bad at it, but you know, what are you gonna do?
It's
So,
okay.
Do they know
I don't
watched
have a
the whole
title
show? Is
either.
that Tom? Wait, is Tom watching? Or was
Tom's
that,
actually watching
I
this?
assume the
Oh,
the
Tom's on
WDW
the
News
live
today in
chat.
the chat was Ben.
No, it was
thought
me,
Ben
but
was
that
that.
one wasn't me. I did not put. Little do they know I watched the whole show. That was not
Uh-oh.
me.
That might be Tom.
Oh, great. Tom was on the show. It's okay, Tom. If you fire me,
this
I
is
can
our
just
last
sell
show.
all
Thank
of
you, everybody, for watching.
Oh no!
If you
We're
want to
fired.
know whether there will
Oh
be
my
another
God.
Who's Q episode, I think we have our answer.
To be fair,
all of you sitting
we
here
did-
wondering if there will be another episode. There will not.
So Spencer,
John
mad
Mulaney.
props on your Anakin Skywalker. Just
was
the
so
the look and the glare was so good, and also you do the best Figment impression I've ever heard.
I agree.
Thanks.
That was good.
Did anybody
I didn't even think I was anywhere close.
That was great.
No, it was
Wow.
really good.
Thank you.
Come on, give it another shot, Spencer.
Hello. Oh, that hurts my
so
throat.
good.
That's the thing.
Oh gosh. I mean, it hurts your
I need
throat. It
some
hurts our
water
ears.
from-
That's why it's so good.
I need some water if I'm gonna keep doing that.
What
really
weird
can't believe-
Japanese canned beverage do you have?
Actually, today it wasn't a Japanese canned beverage. Today I was drinking an import of A&W cream soda that I picked up at my international market.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Because they don't sell root beer here. Like, nobody likes root beer. So I have to go to the international market to find it. And then right now I'm fidgeting with, it's like a stamp thing. So like in Japan, instead of signing things, you stamp documents. So I'm fidgeting with the cover.
Oh, cool.
Is it like a wax seal?
stamp of
Do you
a
need to like
signature?
melt a candle?
No, there's like a little red pad and you just like take it and then you stamp it on something. Let me get some paper that I can like... Oh yeah, here. Old
Demonstrate
Japanese
for us
assignment that I don't
interesting
need
things
anymore.
about Japanese culture, please.
It's actually one of the most terrible things about Japanese culture, if you ask me. But see, like, you stamp it and then it like has your name or something.
Oh.
Mine's just in katakana.
So does that say Spencer?
Yeah.
Bring
It
it
says
closer.
Spencer Lloyd on it in Japanese. Yeah.
Cool.
How much does it cost to get
Eric,
Unfortunately-
you're trying to take notes. And then-
Eric's trying to copy your signature.
Gotcha.
It's the
I'm going
thing
to
about
forge
this one is
documents as Spencer.
this one actually isn't legally binding anyway, so that's fine. I bought it because I had to sign off on something, and they were like, "No, you can't use your signature. You have to have a stamp." I'm like, "Okay." So I went to a store and had a stamp made for $10, but it's not legally
How long did
binding.
it take
So, well, it was a
they
machine,
make
so
ones?
it took 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Do
Okay,
they make
that's
ones
good.
that are legally
But-
binding?
Oh yeah, like you get,
Like
if you
is-
go, there's very stringent standards. But if you go to like an actual store where there are dedicated stores for these, they're called hankos or inkans, depending on the purpose. You can go to these actual dedicated stores where they have like craftspeople who will make them, and they cost anywhere from like $10 to $100. And if they like
Those
fit
are the
these
legally binding.
very specific legal specifications, you can take them down to the city office and have them legally registered so that they're like legally binding.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
pretty cool.
fascinating. I had no idea.
That would make my
Yeah.
job so harder.
See, the thing though is it
so-
actually makes things a lot more difficult because a lot of people are still, even with what's going on, a lot of people are still having to go into the office because if for no other reason than the fact that they have to stamp documents because there's no e-sign or anything like that. So they have to go in and actually
Oh,
stamp
no.
forms for other companies.
Wow.
Wow.
But also just because 60% of Japanese businesses are still making their people come to the office anyway, so...
Yikes. That's
I could go on.
And I
I
thought
could go
stuff was
on about how
crazy here.
stupid. I could go on about how stupid the state of emergency and how meaningless it is too. But let's talk about something more positive.
yeah.
So we're
Yeah,
just
let's
gonna
talk
start
about
East Georgia.
who's the one that's asking for feedback? Was that you, Ben? Or
Oh yeah, that was me
Tom?
posting that. We've had a feedback form for every Who's Q at this point. So if you have anything to say about the show, be it negative, positive, or just thoughts, ideas, and suggestions, please
you know
encourage
what I
you to go
mean.
there, fill that out, and let us know what you thought. We've got like just a rating on like each of the games, and then blanks for you to fill in with anything you've got to share. We're all ears. Thanks, folks.
Sweet.
I'm really proud of Michael for actually having his microphone on after the last commercial break.
No, that's
Yes!
my fault. I muted. And I forgot to unmute everybody. That's on me.
No,
I'm
but on the
sorry.
first episode, every
No.
single break, he always came back muted.
You
think
came
that was
back
also
up.
me.
Then I had a second show, and it was better.
Yes,
I
but I
had-
wasn't
I
on
had
the
a
second
email,
show,
but-
so it
In
doesn't
this show,
matter.
I don't think I was ever unmuted when I shouldn't have been.
I mute fail on like
Yes,
every
but
other
here's
episode of
the-
Park Center, so
Here's the thing, Michael. I wasn't on the second show, which means it doesn't matter. So
Hey,
Everything's
just like
made up, and the
show's
shows
point.
I'm not on don't matter.
If I wasn't on the show.
Just kidding.
it didn't
Watch
even
all our
happen.
shows. We have good shows. Watch all our shows. We have good shows. News Tonight is funny 60% of the time, if that.
And the other 40% is a pretty great train wreck to watch. So I mean,
Yeah, there you go. Like,
no, it's honestly it's a really good show. It's fun to make fun of.
it is
stuff, but
actually.
it's really
Yeah,
well
it's
done.
just it's easy to make fun of. Watch Park
Remember,
Center
Tom's
because Ben
watching.
can't chill it.
I was watching
Thanks.
from the rear, if you know what I mean.
Oh God!
Oh,
Oh no! Oh.
To be fair, we've aired 3 episodes now, which means we are now better than the show Work It.
Oh my
Kids, look it up.
gosh. Adults
Oh,
look it
God.
up. Nobody knows what that is.
let's
We
see.
beat
In the
Fly-
chat,
Can we beat Flying High?
Allison
What did
says
we beat,
it
Ron?
matters to me.
I was referencing like it was a 1970s like airline. It was like one of the notoriously like aired for like 4 or 5 episodes. It was like this bad stewardess sitcom.
Oh jeez.
Doug, yes, you are on fire tonight.
Doug,
Penguin
I think, is the
Project,
first person
what?
in the chat to get points. Is that correct?
Yeah.
right.
Well, the whole
I
chat
gave
got
it a whole
points.
chat.
Yeah.
So,
I think it
Michael,
was
Yeah,
Doug
Doug's got-
suggested a Wigs episode of Who's Q.
Huh.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
We'll toss
I'd
that
watch
around.
it.
Just saying.
Penguin Project.
I mean-
I'm not on News Tonight because everyone on that show has to be local to the Orlando area. Since I am
much, yeah.
definitely not. I
Even
can't
though
be on the
we're
show
all
except
running
for
remote
panels.
anyways.
At this point. I mean, back in the old days when I used to be running the video and the radio station.
Oh, I remember that. Gosh.
Oh, the radio station.
How many years ago was that now?
That was a couple of years ago.
Gosh.
2017.
Where did you get a WDWNT polo shirt?
Oh, that was
We-
I
way
stole it
back.
from Ben's closet.
Oh.
Hey, I knew I had to. What happened? Gosh.
Did you really steal it from Ben, Michael?
No.
Okay.
Although I think we are the same size.
The men's
Jason
large?
has several in different colors.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
have
like the
blue.
different
What other
colors
colors
on
do you
it.
need?
Yeah,
Well, he wanted
the
more
website
because
is
he
around-
wears them a lot.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
we
website
did-
is blue. You only need a blue one.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I agree. The only thing I can think of would be like if you wanted to have a red shirt because we've got the red color on the flag. Like as I am like high up administrative in the company, like you like bosses
Or you're
sometimes
on the
wear a
tech
different
team
color shirt or
Expendable.
something like that. Oh gosh.
Oh,
Come on, you know we're all expendable.
I'll take one of those shirts.
hey, if I'm expendable, then I can start selling off Tom's giant pile of merchandise in my apartment.
No, not yet. Not yet,
That's what
Spencer.
that-
You are not yet.
Colleen has a couple more News Tonight shirts in the office. I know they were in a box in the back of Nick's car for a long time.
Oh gosh.
Ah,
Do I
Next
want
man,
something that's
gotcha.
been in the back of Nick's car for a while?
No, you don't.
if
Next
you know
question.
what I mean.
You know what I mean.
If you know what I mean.
I do, but I wish I didn't.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Having a shirt might be cool. Like, if I came to Florida and I was doing an event or something, that'd be fun. I'm not sure I'd
mean,
wear
that's
it
what we
here
did.
because
So,
That's where we
funny
got
story. We were supposed to have them for the 10th anniversary event.
Oh
Oh
god.
yeah, that was a story.
Funny story about things we were supposed to have for events.
Oh.
That was a rough one. We did get them eventually, at least. It just took a little bit.
Oh, I miss events now.
Buying crinkers at 3 a.m.
I miss going outside.
Right?
Gosh, we
I
gotta
miss
throw that in
interacting
scenes
with
for
other
a week,
human
folks.
beings.
What other stuff is in the back?
Hey,
of
what
Nick's
are
car?
we?
What other stuff were there?
I mean, like, in
Oh my
person. I'm
God.
sorry. I love
Hey, what
hanging
about
out
your
with...
brother?
Well, but I mean, like I see him like once a week.
I mean, I was supposed
He's
to.
like he
I
is
was
like the
supposed to,
highlight of my week because it's somebody new to see.
I was supposed to have seen Tom and Jason and Jill and I think one other person. They were all supposed to come to Tokyo for the new Fantasyland opening a couple weeks ago.
Last week.
I really want to ride that ride. It's supposed to be so good.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be my first ever trip to Tokyo.
Weren't you supposed to be coming to Florida in March?
I'm supposed to come to Florida.
Spencer?
I was supposed to come to Florida May 12th through 19th, and I had to cancel that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bad time to be here. Yeah.
I had a plane ticket for the first week of May.
It was supposed to be my first trip to Disney World in 5 years, because I have never been to Pandora. I have never seen Galaxy's Edge. I've never seen Happily Ever After. I've never been on Frozen Ever After. Like, I had to catch up on all this stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Pause,
you
Ben,
forgot Toy
Pandora,
Story Land.
All yours.
It's so good.
Toy Story Land isn't important.
Toy Story Land is important just so that you know how bad it is.
Wait. That is Spencer throwing shade at Toy Story Land.
My God.
Oh.
Toy Story Land is good for this
reason.
Toy Story Land is good for this reason. You get in early, you get your boarding pass for Galaxy's Edge, you ride Millennium Falcon, and then you can go out into Toy Story Land and get breakfast at Woody's Lunchbox.
Woody's Lunchbox.
I mean, I do have to.
Okay, nobody say
I do have
breakfast
to
anymore, otherwise we're going to get demonetized.
Oh, gosh.
I like that ad, though. That one's funny. I have a funny story about that, actually. So, when Tom was in Tokyo in January, because he basically has a second house in the Hilton Tokyo Bay, we were putting away some of his crap that he bought for Very, Very Mini in one of the lockers. And in the Tokyo Disneyland entrance, they play the instrumental version of Woody's Roundup. So we're walking to the lockers, and he starts singing, Woody's Lunchbox. Like he goes through the first verse of the song.
He knows it by heart now.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, Woody's has breakfast. Woody's breakfast is kind of decent, actually.
Yeah,
like, I think I got a kid's meal that was like, I want to say like a grilled cheese and tater tots, or God, what was it? I forget what I ate, but it was good, and it was relatively. The kids' meals have like a little side of tater tots and a sandwich, and it's like a decent amount of food for like $5 or $6. It was
the good. Tater tot bowls. I think
Considering,
both of them lunch and breakfast ones are really good. They're homemade.
Yeah, Woody's Lunchbox is not bad. And especially since there's like nowhere to get breakfast. Well, not many places to get breakfast. Like you try to go out to trolley car in the morning when everybody is poured into the park, and it like the line is like all the way down Hollywood Boulevard. It's terrible.
Oh yeah.
I do have to ride Slinky Dog Dash. I don't need to ride Mania because we have it, and I also don't really care for it that much. And I don't need to ride. I wasn't going to need to ride Swirling Saucers because we just got Happy Ride with Baymax, which is essentially the same ride. So, but
also, even if you didn't have it, you totally don't need to ride Swirling Saucers. It is the worst
I can ride it
in all of Walt Disney World.
I can ride it in Shanghai, I can ride it in California, and I can ride it here. So, I mean...
I'm surprised.
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to go to Shanghai in October, too. I was going to go to Shanghai in October.
Well, they'll be open by then, possibly? Like...
I don't know if they'll let me out of the country. If I leave Japan, I can't come back right now. They literally will not let me back in. That's how the travel restriction has been. If you had to have left before April 2nd to get back in the country if you're not a citizen. Since I'm not a citizen, if I left right now until whenever they decide to lift that, I can't come back until they decide to lift it. I have friends who are stuck in Pennsylvania, friends who are stuck in LA, friends who are stuck all over the place who can't come back into Japan right now because their family called them back to the US or wherever due to school closing.
Even with the stamp?
Yeah, like even if you have the special re-entry permit, they still won't let you back in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you still mail stuff out?
Oh yeah.
Good, 'cause I could use
it
a
takes
stamp.
forever now. It takes forever to mail something. I'm actually talking to Tom, or trying to talk to Tom about sending some of his stuff. But yeah, the postal service still works.
That's good. That's good.
I was actually considering to try and make some plans for trips in September, October, and I think at this point that might be worth the risk, at least domestically.
I mean, if you like to hear, or just trips in general.
No, I was talking about going to Orlando.
Oh, I thought you meant coming here. I'm like, yeah, that's a good time, but
No, I'd love to come, but I'm going to wait a few years for the little one to be a little older.
oh. See, I've actually found that our parks are the least kid-friendly that I've been to so far.
Jeez.
And
Tokyo
on this
Disney
topic,
Sea
we
is
just
too
want to
much.
remind.
Yeah.
We just
Oh,
want to
sorry, no,
remind
go ahead.
everybody. Ben, can we put it up?
Oh yeah, sure. Give me one sec. There we go.
Coming up
That
next
was not
on
the one I was hoping
WDWNT
for.
Live.
We don't want.
WDWNT Live.
I was talking about the we don't know
Oh, that's
when
not.
the park's open.
That's not what you just told me to queue. Oh, yes, I know. We don't know when the parks will open.
Yeah,
Ron and Jill just
yes.
got Mike Wazowski'd.
Yeah.
Hey, look. I can Mike Wazowski you too.
But Eric is Wazowski proof, which is ironic given the shirt.
Right.
Since
Here,
we
let me
don't know when the parks
Wazowski
will
all of
open-
you.
Disney Desi in
Ow.
the chat just said Tokyo is the least kid friendly. That's why Nick has never been.
Oh,
Coming up next on WDWNT Live.
Yes.
apparently we're
Saturday,
still on
April
Who's
25th.
Q.
Saturday, April 25th.
Yeah.
It's Whose Q Is It Anyway? The least technically working show on WDWNT Live.
No, second. Come on. Give News Tonight some credit.
Oh, can I read the rest?
But that, well, then again, you know, this is Saturday at 9 p.m. If you are tuning in at the West Coast, where it's still about 7 o'clock, so you have a couple of hours
7?
before it comes on.
Like
Yeah.
Yes,
it's 8.
7.
No, it's like 8. You,
Or
you
no,
subtract
8.
3 from
Yeah,
East Coast.
11.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah.
For all of
11.
our viewers, you know.
No, we can't talk about 7s and 11s at the same time. We'll get a copyright strike.
Oh, so Sunday, tomorrow, April 26th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, we have Colleen's Craft Corner, where she's going to be making some friendship bracelets.
And you have to. She put up a material list. Ben, do you have that?
Not a handy, but I can get it. But no, I can't.
You
get
can
it
find it
easily, sorry.
online.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, it is online. Okay.
Yeah.
I think so. Is it?
I apologize
not
for
online?
interrupting.
If there's no post on the blog yet for it, it will be up soon. Shame on me for not reading the website before the show, but
I apologize for interrupting, Michael. Please continue.
Tomorrow night is our continuing episode, continuing series, Pressing Issues, our long-form discussion show. Do we know the topics that we're going to talk about in that one?
it changes so
I
quick. in this
do.
environment,
Give me one
though.
second. I'm actually gonna be on Pressing Issues tomorrow night. And
Yay,
we are
plugging
talking
ourselves.
about plugging ourselves, yes. Some of the topics that we're talking about are what phased reopenings might look like in Walt Disney World compared to what's going on, what they're talking about for other parks around the world. We're going to talk about Shop Disney issues. If anybody tried to buy any of the Mini Main attraction,
Oh my gosh.
Small World merchandise, or if anybody tried to buy the Joe Rohde limited edition ears, they know that Shop Disney just failed miserably. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to
Running on
talk
Black Spire
about
servers.
Not running
Yes.
on them. They
We're going
would've
to
been
talk
fine.
about Avengers Campus and the idea of opening new lands without all of their attractions open, and an Avengers Campus case that's not going to happen for a couple of years after the land opens. And then the other topic on the table is speculation about Apple acquiring the Walt Disney Company, especially in light of Walt Disney Company credit downgrades. So those are all the topics on the table. Things may shift. We try to be pretty timely in what we talk about. But that is what is on the menu for tomorrow.
Awesome. A lot of good talk.
And then
so
Monday's
yeah,
the beginning of
tune
our
into that.
Disney's Hollywood Studios week, right?
The Studios Appreciation Week, I believe,
Yes.
starts then.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be going between everything going on with Star Wars and such. And it may just be that week, but I think it's, from looking at our schedule, we have some other things that are coming up that are studio and performance-based things with it. So we have special things for the 4th and the 5th involving Star Wars.
Oh.
And then we have a wonderful Friday night showing of Muppets at Walt Disney World.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. But back to what's coming up this week. Starting with our Studios Appreciation Week, DHS Watch Along. So Tom and Colleen are going to be watching some things from Disney Hollywood Studios, similar to what they've done with other funny attractions. I know Spencer had done a watch along with them on things like Cinemagique and Cranium Command. So
we just did Animal
They're
Kingdom
doing another
stuff.
one.
Yeah,
just like we did with the Animal Kingdom stuff. 9 o'clock, Cosmic Chris Reed. It's going to be broadcasting live on WDWN Tunes and on YouTube. His weekly radio show. That's good stuff. And I'm pretty sure it'll be a Hollywood Studios themed show. So, why'd it have to be snakes? Tuesday, if you weren't... He does.
It
he
really
does.
is good stuff. If you folks haven't listened to it, it's really well produced.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, Chris got an excellent voice.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So he's got that deep voice.
He's got such a radio
Tuesday.
voice.
Yep. Tuesday. If you were not at Stage 89, and actually we have another one on Wednesday as well. If you were not at Stage 89, we are
the 29th, and
the first.
We're debuting 3 separate ones. So there's one on the 28th is the first, the 29th is the second, and then I think the first is the 3rd video. So there will be 3 separate videos from Stage 89 that are getting released all this week.
What about April 30th?
Yeah. April 30th is Thursday, and you know what that means? Thursday morning's a Party with Pete.
Party with Pete.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It is Party with Pete.
Yes, and news tonight on Thursday night.
Party with Pete. I did Party with Pete this week, actually. It was a lot of fun. Jill, you were on it too.
Yeah. Spencer and I hung out on Party with Pete for a little bit. I have a day job, so I just took a long lunch break and hung out on Party with Pete instead of having a lunch break at my job. So.
Yeah, this last week Pete and I were talking about Long Island and Billy Joel for a while.
I missed that conversation. That's a bummer.
It was in the
I have the
first.
same birthday.
It was like the first hour. Go rewatch Party with Pete. It was good.
I have the same birthday as Billy Joel.
So yeah, go rewatch Party with Pete. We talked Long Island and Billy Joel and lots of other miscellaneous stuff and why Pete hates Tokyo. And then we talked about Jelly Rolls for a little while because he's going to have the Jelly Rolls piano guy on Party with Pete next week. And then for the last hour we had Jill and who was the other person that we had?
It was me,
Tyler.
and you, and Pete, and Tyler. Yes.
Yeah, it was Tyler. So it was Jill and Tyler. They joined the show for the last hour to give reflections on the roast of Tom Corliss. So if you did not watch Party with Pete, go watch Party with Pete. It's a lot of fun.
If you did not watch the roast of Tom Corliss, give that a watch.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
yes, go
If
watch
you
the
missed
roast
the
of Tom
roast,
Corliss.
you should totally
Oh,
watch the
yeah.
roast.
It was a
There
great
were some
time.
good ones.
And turn on the live chat while you're watching it too. The live chat helps.
Oh yeah.
And also, I'm gonna become a disembodied
Do we
head
have
for a
the
second.
graphic
Also,
again for
if
Tuesday
you
night?
missed, Ben,
Yes.
Ben,
I can
Tuesday
put it
night?
back up. I thought Spencer was going to do something, but yeah, I can throw that up real quick. Sorry about that.
Yes, at 9 p.m. on Tuesday, it's another Ride Rehab Watches, and Ben's on that one,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, that's going to be. Gosh, I actually don't even know what's on the docket for the videos for that. They like surprising us with that.
they did
Disney
say
MGM
it was.
opening ceremony.
That's
Oh
what it
gosh,
is.
right? No, right. It's not multiple. It's just the one. Right. Oh gosh. Oh, that's going to be. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to love or hate that. I'm glad I'm watching it with other people. I'll say that.
I might try to be in on that one.
Oh gosh.
If you guys need
That
the
does
company.
sound fun.
But yeah, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Come and suffer. I mean, enjoy with us.
I mean, it's Ride Rehab Watches. Of course, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. I'm being silly.
I'm working on trying to get Tyler to agree to watch some of the outrageous stuff we've done in Tokyo so that we can make fun of it. I would love to do a Ride Rehab Watches with that.
Put on schedule. Maybe we'll...
I've pitched it to Tyler a couple times and he's been interested, but it's never actually been like, yeah, we're gonna do it this day. I wanted to do a Ride Rehab Watches, like I want to see if I can be in on it as well. But I want them to do a Ride Rehab Watches where they watch this show called A Table is Waiting. And what they had was like all the characters dressed up in outfits from different countries and danced around to weird songs. Like there's a part where Daisy Duck is dressed as an Indian princess dancing to the Spice Girls singing Spice Up Your Life. And then Pluto comes in dressed up like a football coach and brings in cheerleaders that look like lettuce to make a hamburger out of people representing the U.S. It's a freaking weird show.
Yeah.
But I want them to watch it. And Michael is having a meltdown.
What?
That's bizarre and sounds like it'd be right up Tyler's alley.
Rod, help me
pitched
out
it
with
to
all
Tyler,
the
but-
racially insensitive lawsuits that can come out of that one.
Nope. Nope.
It's a real show. It was there for 7 years or 6 years.
I don't doubt it's a real show. I just doubt how it made it through 7 years.
Because it was popular and it's really good, actually. I saw it on my first trip and I was just in shock the whole time. I'm like, what the hell did we just watch? It was so good, but it's so weird.
What the hell did I just hear?
There's also Chip and Dale dressed up in sombreros and ponchos singing about how great tacos are and how tacos are wonderful. And then Donald comes in dressed as a chili pepper singing hot, hot, hot. There's a lot of sections to the show.
That sounds good.
And it's hosted by Lumiere and
kinda
2
wanna see
talking
it.
candlesticks.
I would watch that for the
Yeah,
bizarre weirdness of it. Yeah.
That's Japan, right?
Michael is having a
Honestly.
meltdown. It's wonderful. He's trying to process all of it.
Oh man.
It takes a while, but then it just comes to the, the total theorem of because Japan. Just like because money, because Japan.
That actually is a thing. Whether you're frustrated with this country or amazed at how weird it gets, the proper answer is always because Japan.
So what's the weirdest thing you've bought from a vending machine living there?
Right? Good question.
I once bought a banana a fresh, dull banana from a vending machine.
Nah, we can do that here.
There was
That's actually
also,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
there's also, let's see, there's like weird drinks. One time I bought a crepe in a glass jar from a vending machine, like a fresh crepe.
Okay, that's weird.
Okay. Yeah.
It was actually,
yeah, there we
it was
go.
actually pretty
jar.
good. Hmm.
Now we're getting to
You
the
would
weird
like
stuff.
recycle the jar.
That's
I don't know. I've also bought
really
weird drinks. I mean, I last year before Eric, I had the drinkable soft serve vanilla ice cream on your show on Wolfgang.
Yeah.
I bought a drink just like that last year when I first moved here, and it was like in this container that was painted all over with ice cream cones. They have some weird drinks here. Like right now at the JR stations, they have this little bottle, and it's like they call it water jelly because it's clear, but it tastes like ramune, and it's like you have to shake it up to get it to split up so that you can drink it.
Huh.
It's
Michael
really
is
good,
still
but they call it
broken.
water jelly for some reason.
Maitase.
Hey,
Yeah,
Rebby
yes,
fan
that was
wants
for
to know-
Spencer.
you used to be able to buy pet goldfish from vending machines. You see, that's crazy.
Oh gosh.
Supposedly,
That seems
yeah.
a little-
Oh.
That's some crazy stuff.
Japan is not exactly known for its animal rights achievements.
That's
This is the
fair.
same country that also used to hunt dolphins until The Cove came out, or was it whales? Something like that. Japanese zoos are actually very sad. I don't like going to Japanese zoos. It bothers me. They're not very good with treating the animals right.
Yeah.
Anyway, on a more
But I'll tell
positive
you-
note,
Yes, I will tell you one thing we do treat right: our Wigs members.
oh dear God,
You gotta stop surprising me like this.
that was the best segue ever.
Oh dear.
Yes,
Gunning for my slot,
Dude.
folks.
do remember that Wigs, we enjoy these post shows after every shows like Park Center, sometimes News Tonight. If we do more Who's Q when we're not in the middle of a global pandemic, then we may have post shows for the Wigs only. You can submit your Wigs ideas for $2 a month. Join in all great unaired content specifically for Wigs.
Didn't we just post a thing where it was like outtakes from News Today
Yeah.
for the Wigs?
Oh,
We did. Yep. The day after the roast, we posted a whole bunch of outtakes.
There was one time I was getting ready for a watch along with Tom, and he was like, you could tell he was fuming about something. So he comes on, he's angrily reading News Today,
was it
and then
Tuesday?
he figures out he figures out that the camera wasn't rolling and it wasn't recording the audio, so he has to read News Today again before we
Oh.
could start the show. We're already like half an hour late at this point.
Oh no.
Tom, you're still watching,
I would
right?
have loved.
I'm
I
sure.
would have loved to have seen that in the outtake video.
Oh.
He's not good. So Thursday, right before News Tonight.
Alright.
We were getting word apparently Tom was, right before News Tonight, was actually recording the News Today for the next day. So it was putting everybody in a little bit of a panic. Night.
At the disco?
If only.
Oh, I write news,
I
not
write blogs on
tragedies.
tragedies.
Ow, stop that!
We write cupcake reviews, not tragedies.
Same thing.
There you go.
I got cupcake reviews for a living.
There's a good reason these
Jesus,
tests
yes.
are numbered, honey. You just haven't figured it out yet.
And it's 9 in the afternoon in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Let's see. It is 12:18 p.m.
Little off.
Oh, here we go. We have someone in the chat from Tokyo. Mickey3932. Hello from Tokyo as well.
Oh, cool.
Moshi mosh!
Nice. That was surprisingly decent, actually.
Hey.
You sound better than... I keep roasting Tom, even though I know he's watching. You sound better than Tom when he speaks Japanese.
My Zoom background.
Tom pronouncing things that are in other languages is not his strong suit.
Oh, no, it never has been.
or English.
Tom pronouncing nice things in English has never been his good.
That's some of the best humor from that show, though, is just watching, like, back in the day when we would do menu reviews, and they would, like, read off the menus. Oh, I used to love that so much.
Spencer, you got someone else from Tokyo. Terebi fan.
Oh, really?
Who's from
Cool.
Tokyo, too.
Oh, hello. Welcome. Also from Tokyo. it's always good to see people who are here in Tokyo reading WDWNT because it means I'm not talking to only myself and the 3 other people who I send articles to.
And for those in Japan that have to put up with Tom trying to pronounce things, gomenasai.
I've never heard Tom apologize in Japan before. So you're already doing better.
Just tell him it's a new name for a gyoza dog. Gomenasai.
Oh no.
On that
Ron is sitting
note,
here like Ron is contemplating existence right now.
I decided not to 7.
What?
Not the remake.
I can't. We didn't hear what you said, Ron.
Oh, I decided to start playing Final Fantasy 7.
7?
Oh, Final Fantasy 7.
It's a good
Oh
one.
boy.
I like 10 best, but 7 is a good one.
Everyone's got games they're playing. I was going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077, but they delayed it until September. So now I'm just biding my time with Animal Crossing.
I feel like most people are biding their time with
yeah.
Animal Crossing.
It's okay. It
Amazing.
is
When
a lot of fun.
all
They
first
just
started and it just came out, I must have had at least 80% of my friends. No. 90% of my friends who were online on Nintendo Switch playing Animal Crossing at one point.
Sounds right.
Oh, that's still how it is for me. Everyone's still playing Animal Crossing on my friends list.
Disney Twitter has become Animal Crossing Twitter.
Yeah, it has.
It's great though because they're not all at each other's throats anymore.
Yeah, it's a great change.
Someone tell Tom to do something.
It's wonderful. What'd you say, Eric?
I said, someone tell Tom to do something. His Twitter will change.
Oh no, they all hate Tom.
Man, do something!
That was how it was when he was off Twitter for like 6 weeks. No one had anything to say. No one was saying anything because he was off Twitter, and they were all getting bored and like starting to nitpick at the tiniest things that we did.
You mean that's not what they do already?
It got worse. Like they were like finding these little tiny things to complain about. It was so weird.
Speaking of things getting worse, I think we've gotten worse.
We better call this before it gets much worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. There it is. Still have some things to learn on segues.
It's all about balance.
I love Albert.
I don't have anything stuffed nearby. Hang on a second. Give me one
it's
second.
a segue joke, you see.
My friend Allison got me this when she went to Tokyo.
Jason got me this in Hong Kong.
That's awesome.
Darn.
All right. Well, while everybody here is searching for something stuffed to show off, this show has been stuffed to the brim with content, and we're going to call it here, folks. So thank you all so much for watching. A big thank you to all our wigs who make this show and every other show we've got out there possible and worth producing. So thank you so much for your support, and we will see you all real soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
They just have a donation.